And to the extent that he is dealing with management of pain, there may eventually be some good news for Todd Gurley and the rest of the NFL players who are always dealing with pain issues when you consider what they do for a living. The NFL and the NFL Players Association announced on Monday an agreement to form a committee that will study alternate therapies for management of pain, including, Chris, marijuana.
Yeah.
For the first time, the NFL acknowledging that maybe this is a good idea. Stepping away from the collectively bargained right to tell players thou shalt not smoke weed and to suspend them for years at a time if they do. The NFL recognizing maybe it's in the best interest of the sport to find a way to back off from this prohibition on the use of marijuana and basically give the players who need it a medical card. And really, the threshold would have to be very low to have the pain necessary to use marijuana because they're all in pain throughout the course of the season.
Right. The threshold's very low to get opioids. I know that. And, man, they're a whole lot more dangerous for your body than certainly smoking marijuana is. And, again, yes, I think the NFL should exhaust all avenues as far as finding better ways to help players deal with pain management and healing their body. Hey, we've heard guys like Brett Favre who had the opioid addictions when he's playing. I know I had some teammates that, dealt with issues there as far as getting off the addiction pattern and all that of pills that they had become accustomed to popping through the end of their career because they were trying to just make it happen on a daily basis and just wanted to get through that day. So, let me pop a Vicodin, let me pop an anti-inflammatory, let me pop this now that the day's over. And yeah, it not only just ruins your body, it ruins your stomach, it messes with the chemistry of your brain. And hey, why bite off the nose to spite the face too? I mean, we miss a key important players in the NFL every year over guys that I know have broken the rules of what they are in the NFL. But again, if alcohol is going to be legal, then I don't see how we can argue that marijuana is not legal at this point. And I'm glad that the NFL seems like they're going in the right direction.
And, Chris, I've noticed over the past year, the NFL has softened in its application of the rules to guys like Josh Gordon, Martavis Bryant, Randy Gregory, even though all three are currently suspended. They had multiple incidents while returning from a minimum suspension of a year, still in stage 3, where supposedly one false move gets you suspended for another year minimum. The NFL has been working with these guys because I think the NFL understands what's going on here. And I think finally someone at 345 Park Avenue developed a sense of self-awareness on this issue. Instead of trying to cram something down the union's throat where you get a concession for a retreat on the marijuana prohibition, just realize it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It's smart for everybody. Let's come up with a way to do it. But, Chris, there's one wrinkle left here that could get a little awkward. There are several states where the NFL currently does business: Texas, Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, Indiana, and Wisconsin that still have a complete ban on marijuana use.
Yeah.
What do you do to get your players in a position where they can use medical marijuana in states where it's still illegal?
Yeah, that's tricky. I mean, the first thing I want to say to those states is get a clue, get up with the times. Let's go. Let's join the times. It's 2018, okay? I mean, there's other things that are legal in those states where I want to go, whoa, that's legal. But damn, smoking something that's going to put you on the couch and make you eat a bag of chips, whoa, we can't let that be legal. Again, that is going to be the million-dollar question, right, Mike? How does the NFL really realistically navigate through that issue? I mean, I ask you, Mr. Lawyer, can you really do that? I mean, how would they do it?
First of all, and I don't know if this is a product of the marijuana, it's 2019, not 2018.
Oh, damn it.
But even more reason to get with the times. I think what they need to do is they need to aggressively lobby in those states, and they need to already start, or if they haven't started, they should start now, trying to lay the foundation to get medical marijuana authorization in place in those states. Now, it's not like you're going to dangle relocation because the Texans or the Cowboys are going to move, the Packers are going to move.
Right.
Nobody's moving over it. But let me tell you, if it would be a strange state of affairs if you had the ability on every other team to smoke marijuana.
Yeah, right.
But the Cowboys, Texans, Colts, Titans, Panthers, Falcons, Packers are out in the cold. good luck signing free agents.
That'll affect
if
free
that's
agency.
the case.
You're right. Exactly right. There's going to be guys who go, oh, okay, well, the Cowboys or, some team in California. Okay, I might choose California if all things are equal. The money's pretty much the same. You're right. That's going to be a detractor there. But, hey, we've heard some stand-up individuals that have played in the NFL, kind of talk about marijuana and CBD oil in a glowing way that I think we have to take into an account that it really that helps people. I know I got ex-friends who believe in CBD oil and smoking, marijuana to help with their aches and pains. We heard a guy like Calvin Johnson, who I don't believe's ever been in any shape, form, or even close to trouble in his whole life. He's talking about it, how it's helping his body. So I think it just makes too much sense, to find another way to help some of these players out who are getting beat to crap during the season.
And people ask me all the time, you hate the NFL, you criticize the NFL. It's like, I love the NFL. I want the NFL to be as good as it can be, and we try to highlight areas where we think the NFL could be better. And the fact that the NFL has found a way to just start down this path of doing the right thing, the NFL deserves to be applauded, because for a long time, the NFL dug in. And I remember when states first started to legalize it for recreational purposes, the NFL said, well, it's still illegal under federal law, and they were going to cling to that until the federal government drops its prohibition on marijuana use. Good to see that the NFL realizes there's benefit there to the players, Chris, and it's the right thing to do.
Yes, and last thing, because this is something that's been kind of like annoying me. We talk about marijuana and we talk about, federal law and it's not legal there. You know what? Okay, I get that, and I'm not trying to even defend that. What drives me crazy is federal law never gets brought up with PED use. That to me is one thing that annoys me as far as substance abuse in the NFL and PED use. We go, oh, gosh, that guy was just cheating, trying to make his muscles bigger like a Patrick Peterson. But we never forget that a lot of the times they're taking substances that are illegal in our country, too. They have broken the law, let alone tried to cheat us and showing us that they're not the talent that they are trying to claim they are because they're chemically enhanced. I don't know why I'm saying that. It just bothers me at times because federal law gets associated with marijuana, but then guys cheat and set bad examples for young kids and do it illegally, and nobody talks about the federal law with that. So sorry, I just had to get that off my chest.
No, that's good. No, and it's smart, and it's smart that the NFL is finally acknowledging that there's benefit here to the players, that marijuana is safer than opioid use, and let's drop this big brother routine where they want to police and legislate what guys do in the off season, right? Yeah. 7 months, they're left to their own devices. It was dumb in the first place. I understand why they did it. It was a reflection of the times and the war on drugs and all that stuff, and it was a PR thing. But now times have changed, and it's time for the NFL to change, and we're good to see that they're doing it.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.